Mum,
Hey?
the goat's out.
Oh, Felix. Little bugger.
Just leave him out?
He doesn't really do anything.
I know. Is he in your veggie patch?
Did you leave the gate open?
Nah, I haven't even gone down there yet. Except for going down and getting the hay.
Yeah. So this, at the front in the purple halter, is a little T, and he's a steer calf. And then behind him is Clementine. She is a purebred Jersey heifer, and she's about 4 months old. She's Dierdre's baby, and he is her adopted baby. So they're around the same age. They got out last night of their little holding pen, so I didn't get to milk this morning. But normally we lock Dierdre away from the calves. The calves go inside and they have calf pellets and lovely fresh water, and they just chill out for the night. We have it so that Dierdre can come in and see them, but she can't actually feed them. And then in the morning, when I've dropped the kids at school usually, I will go and milk her and groom her and do all the things I need to do, and then I let them out together all day. It's called calf sharing, and everyone does it differently or slightly differently, but generally that's how it's done. And she's pretty amazing. She's feeding 2 calves and in general giving us 4 litres of milk a day. So we use that in our home raw because it's, I've had a lot of gut issues in my life, especially since I started having kids, and I've found that I can't actually drink milk from the shop at all. Unsure as to why. Well, I've got my suspicions, but basically I think that it's easier to digest. Dierdre is A1, A2, and hopefully Clementine is A2, A2. So we're going to have her tested, which that just means when she has a baby we can send some of her milk away, or if you wanted to know before then, we just send a little clip of her flesh from her ear away, and they will test and tell me what genetics she has. But I think A2, A2 is the most sought after genetics. But I've found Dierdre's milk to be amazing. It's probably at this stage, while she's feeding the babies, I know she's holding back a little bit of the cream, and that means that we're getting probably a third of our milk that we get every morning is cream and the rest is milk. But yeah, that means she's holding it back to feed her babies, which is perfectly natural, and we're okay with that. Yeah, I love this part. I love just watching them eat on their fresh hay. So that's oat and hay that we get. They also get, like I said, calf pellets. They've got fresh greens you can see over there. We also give them carrots and all sorts of treats. They're pretty special to us, so they get lots of treats. She eats lettuce and garden clippings and all sorts of things, so she's getting lots of nutrient. I give her molasses soaked grain, and it's a grain mix, so I managed to score some from a local farmer. It's lupins, peas, canola, oats, barley. I think there's barley in there, but not very much barley. You can't see a lot of it. But yeah, I soak it with molasses and she seems to love it. She's pretty spoiled. But she's doing lots for us, so we're happy with that. The babies are eating now. They're not eating a lot because they've obviously got full tummies because they got out last night and got all the milk. So she's probably producing, I'd say, 18 litres of milk a day. We share that between us and the calves. So we usually take only 4. We could take more, but I'm more interested in her raising up the babies nice and healthy and us not having to supplement that. Dierdre. You might see that her tail, when she swishes it, is shorter. I clipped that the other day because when she poops, sometimes she swishes her tail in it. And when I'm trying to milk and she's swatting at flies, you can imagine what happens. It's pretty gross. So I've washed it with this natural On Guard cleaning stuff that I have. And I gave her a little haircut so it's nice and clean and hopefully you won't collect as much poop. Pretty gross, but I milk with a closed circuit unit, so it's got it's a big stainless steel tank. I'll show you it in another video, but it's got 2 teats on it that are all tubed in and stuff. So once she's all clean and everything, then we just attach those on. That means that any of her swishing and whatever won't go in the tub. It's all closed, so it's a lot cleaner way to do it, and we're being super careful as it's raw and we're not doing anything to the milk. We have to make sure that it's 100% safe and that there's no particles of any kind getting in there. I could watch them eat for hours. What do you reckon? Yeah, what do you reckon?
I could sit here for a bit, but at a point it gets kind of boring.
Oh, okay. I don't reckon. I reckon it's it's just super relaxing.
It is natural. I like seeing massive herds of ants just going around and making a thing.
Okay, that's cool. I know I've got a Nigerian dwarf buck getting around the place here a bit. And where is he now?
I think he's over near your shed or...
Do you want to go and chase him out? Or try and catch him and take him over to the girls? You know, if you took the bag trolley, put a bale of hay on and took it over to the goats, he'll go. And you know how she came to eat the hay while it was on there? Mm. If you have it like that, when he's eating hay, you could grab his collar and pop him back in.
I'll do that in a bit.
And everyone can see him. And his naughty self. His name's Felix. He came from Serendipity Stud, it's called. So his full name, because he used to be a show goat apparently, is Serendipity Felix. And then something else. I can't remember, but we just call him Felix. He's beautiful, super friendly, and I'll do a video with him later as well. We do have other goats. We have some little does in there.
One that's called April. She's pretty old. She's had one.
So she's had lots of babies. She's a Toggenburg.
Yep, and unfortunately a couple of them died for wild foxes and dogs.
No, that was a town dog.
Something like that. And we have Avon, we have Princess, and we have Call of Duty.
Who called her Call of Duty?
Jackson, the one that's obsessed.
That's what happens when you let your kids name your pets. They are British Alpine does, and we decided to put a Nigerian dwarf buck, which is the boy, over the British Alpine doe, or does, and possibly the Toggenburg doe. We're not sure if they've bred or anything. Can you stop hitting the table, please? Yeah, and they're all milking breeds, so we're hoping that we can make the babies a little bit smaller and more manageable for people. They're fine for us. They're sort of at your knee height anyway. They're very manageable, but Nigerian dwarfs have become a bit all the rage because they're small and they're they're like very manageable, super friendly, but they also produce a lot of lovely creamy milk. So I have a friend who we give the milk to, and she makes lovely soap out of it. So we get soap from her. When she's got her shop up and running, I will tell you more about that, but she hasn't done that yet, so we'll wait. And yeah, basically this channel is, for me, all about collaboration and sharing all the best ways you can get your produce. There she is. She's come out from behind. That's Dierdre. with her short tail. Hey, beautiful girl.
I'll give her some carrots if there's any in the feeder.
There are carrots. Do you want to give her some carrots?
Mm.
Yeah. So Noah's going to give her some carrots. That's good fun to watch. She loves a good treat. She's pretty spoiled, our Dierdre. Or DD we call her sometimes. You'll hear us refer to her as DD on some videos. I'm still waiting for that naughty buck to wander past. Here he comes. Just give her a couple, leave the others for milking tomorrow. Just give her 2. Come down here. So to give you a bit more information on Dierdre, I got her locally from a lady who's been doing Jersey calves for a long time. Very helpful, lovely lady. It's always handy to do that. Like, I've had experience with milking before when I was younger, but I was on my parents' farm, so they got a cow and I just helped milk, and we did that by hand. But I really didn't, being, you know, a teenager, know much about what goes in with their breeding and all that sort of stuff. So it was handy to have, you know, when we get our animals, it's, you know, not just about the quality of the animal, but it's also about being able to have that collaboration with the breeder or the previous owner, so that then we're able to ask them questions if we have any. There we go. No, it's off, promise. I said a promise, that means that it definitely is off. I wouldn't do you like that. A carrot loving diva. Dierdre. Just one more, mate, because I like to put them in her food in the morning when I'm milking. That's her treat for standing still. So she loves it. And that's how we've got her to be super good with the kids and super friendly. You're going to have to walk around now, aren't you? She's going to hassle you for that bag. Yeah, so as you can see, she's pretty amazing. We got her and we didn't really know much about her at all. We knew that she'd just had a baby and I was going to have to do the milking for the first time because she'd never been milked before, and that was interesting. Obviously can't show you that now because I didn't do any video of that because we were both learning and it was pretty full on. But when I do Clementine, where is she? Little girl at the back. When I do her freshening, then I will document the process so you guys can see just how it goes and, you know, troubleshooting anything that might arise. Obviously every cow's different, so we don't know what's going to happen every time. I feel like Dierdre was pretty well behaved considering, and that she did pretty well. It looks like Felix has found a nice place to lay down, so you're not going to see him running back here, but he's out at the moment. He doesn't do any destruction of trees. He's pretty well behaved. However, the girls do, so they're still in their pen. That's fine. So thank you for watching Honeybee Farmstead, and I hope you enjoyed this video. See you next time.